निर्वनो वध्यते व्याघ्रो निर्व्याघ्रम छिद्यते वनम तस्माद् व्याघ्रो वनम रक्षेद वनम व्याघ्रम च पालयेत्. Tigers cannot survive without forest. Similarly, forests perish without tigers. Tigers protect the forest that nurtures them. The national animal of India, tiger, has a historical relevance to its conservation initiatives from Mahabharata to modern day. Tiger conservation has always been a dominant narrative, and it has reached various milestones with timely and continuous efforts. This roar has a story to tell. It depicts adventure and thrill. It symbolizes the fearless, majestic ruler of the jungle. It's our pride of having the maximum number of tigers in our country. Thanks to the relentless, dedicated efforts of the National Tiger Conservation Authority, Project Tiger Division, MOEF NCC, Government of India. Under the guidance of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, NTCA, since its constitution in 2006, has undertaken several milestone initiatives for fostering tiger conservation over the years, which was praised by the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi while releasing the All India Tiger Estimation Report on the 29th of July 2019 for commemorating Global Tiger Day.
The target of doubling the tiger population would be 2022. We in India completed this target 4 years early. The speed and dedication with which various stakeholders work to achieve this is remarkable. This is one of the finest examples of Sankalpa se Siddhi.
Once a threatened species world over, along with our country, is today outshining with a steady growth in its population in recent years. The numbers rose from 1,706 in 2010 to 2,226 in 2014, 2,967 in 2018, which is the highest ever recorded tiger numbers in India.
हमारे प्रकृति का ठीक होने का ये एक सर्टिफिकेट है, बाघों की संख्या, और दुनिया के 70% बाघ भारत में है। भारत को गर्व होना चाहिए। 70% हमारे पास है और 70% बाघों के साथ आज हम दुनिया का नेतृत्व करते हैं।
NTCA is providing technical and financial support to the network of 50 tiger reserves in 18 tiger range states, covering 2.21% of the geographical area of the country. Project Tiger was initially launched in 1973 with the only 9 tiger reserves, and that has grown to an astounding figure of 50 till date. And many potential tiger-bearing areas are in the process of getting notified as new tiger reserves. The mission has covered a long and successful journey. The Project Tiger got a major fillip in 2006 when the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 was amended in 2006 on the recommendations of the Tiger Task Force, and the National Tiger Conservation Authority came into existence with its statutory mandate prescribed in the Section 38O of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. In 2010, at the Global Tiger Summit at St. Petersburg, Russia, the global leaders of the tiger range countries resolved to doubling the number of wild tigers across the entire tiger range countries at the global level by 2022, and Government of India through NTCA was able to achieve this target 4 years in advance. No hurdles are higher than determination. And that is exactly what happened with NTCA, which was able to manage major hurdles by adopting a technology-driven, sound science and field craft approach towards tiger conservation. Securing inviolate space for tiger to facilitate its social dynamics. Addressing tiger-human interface, restoration of corridors, and eliciting local public support by providing ecologically sustainable options. The statutory mandate of the authority is tiger protection, habitat enrichment or improvement. Instituting annual and quadrennial monitoring protocols, eco-development for local people living in buffer areas. Voluntary relocation of people in the villages or settlements from core or critical tiger habitats of the tiger reserves. And addressing human-animal conflicts.
Very stringent rules now in terms of preserving forest and ensuring, as I said, the tigers, they get a safe place and feel at home. And जैसे आपने देखा है कि कई बार when tigers come out, you know, we poison the prey, we try to lay a trap and catch the tiger. Those are things that we should really refrain. Ki tigers are mostly, they are more prone to attacking four-legged animals, yani ki deer, cattle and all that. Two-legged animals, they normally don't do anything. So we know normally we walk with two legs. So obviously the tigers are not generally known to attack us. So that's one thing that to be kept in mind.
NTCA conducts country-wide assessment of the status of tigers, co-predators, prey and habitat once in 4 years, using the methodology which is approved by the Tiger Task Force.
NTCA actually promotes voluntary village relocation program. NTCA, in fact, the conservation of tiger rests on a principle of core area, buffer area and the corridor area. Core area is supposed to be inviolate, free from interference, biotic interference. So that envisages translocation, relocation of villages existing within the core area to the outside. For that matter, NTCA has a package, relocation package in place.
Fostering accountability of the centre and the states in management of tiger reserves is the prime task of this organisation. It has played an important role in strengthening tiger conservation initiatives across the tiger range states in the country. NTCA has taken several important measures to prevent poaching of tigers, which inter alia include raising, arming and deploying the Special Tiger Protection Force in 18 sensitive tiger reserves. This force is already operational in 8 tiger reserves: Tadoba Andhari, Pench, Melghat, Navegaon, Nagzira, Maharashtra, Simlipal, Odisha, Bandipur, Karnataka, Ranthambore, Rajasthan, and Kaziranga, Assam. NTCA is actively engaging with the states to address the man-animal conflict. This is also a major mandate of the organization. A state operating procedure, SOP, is in place for the same. The 3 SOPs dealing with HWC, which are available in public domain, are A. To deal with emergency rising due to straying of tigers in human-dominated landscapes. B. To deal with tiger depredation on livestock. And C. For active management towards rehabilitation of tigers from source areas at the landscape level. Corridors are inherent geographical linkages and facilitate movement of tigers and other animals. And NTCA has come up with a host of macro corridors which are increasingly used by tigers. Till date, 32 major corridors across the country have been identified, with the increasing risk of hunting and poaching of tigers for illegal trading of body parts. Conservation of this majestic animal is ever challenging. Implementation of latest technology to counter poaching has made Tiger Conservation Initiative high-tech. The pugmark census technique was the method used for recording the imprints of the pugmark for the individual identification of tiger. Now, double sampling framework based on latest science and sound field craft is used for the tiger estimation. E-surveillance is another high-end technology that helps in tiger conservation using all-weather thermal cameras 24/7 live feed in vulnerable areas. This helps in collecting and interpreting wildlife crime data. This has been launched in Jim Corbett Tiger Reserve, Kaziranga Tiger Reserve and Ratapani Wildlife Sanctuary. This technology secures the protected areas within the tiger reserves by monitoring hard-to-access regions, detect intruders, manage patrols and keep rangers accountable. Moreover, a national database of individual camera-trapped tigers, NRCTPT, using camera-trapped images data of the last 4 quadrennial countrywide estimation exercises. NTCA has introduced a mobile-based application of effective patrolling, which is software-based monitoring system for tigers. Intensive Protection and Ecological Status or M-Stripes in 2010. Ongoing centrally sponsored scheme of Project Tiger is funding the tiger reserves for acquiring capacity in terms of infrastructure and material to deal with the beasts dispersing out of source areas.
So since its inception in 2006, NTCA has been providing the technical and financial support to the tiger reserves, and with the main objective of NTCA is also to approve the tiger conservation plan, because we have a scientific plan for every tiger reserve.
While an amount of rupees 350 crores has been allocated for the current financial year under the centrally sponsored scheme of Project Tiger. Management Effectiveness Evaluation, better known as MEE, has the role of assessing protected areas such as national parks, wildlife sanctuaries and conservation reserves. NTCA facilitates and supports the tiger reserves in biodiversity conservation initiatives through eco-development and people's participation. Tigers bring tourism to the country. This could be community-based and eco-tourism. Tiger reserves attract millions of tourists every year. Tiger reserves provide employment opportunities to the locals, and NTCA facilitates capacity building programs for skill development of officers and field personnel to deploy local workforce for protection and complement the field staff. Deployment of local tribes in tiger conservation has been encouraged. Symbol of valor, power and beauty. This magnificent animal has always been a significant part of the Indian culture. Tigers are conservation-dependent species that represent the health of ecosystems they inhabit. And NTCA has taken up this arduous task with the motto to save the tiger, save the jungle.